Well, hello guys and welcome back to channel. And finally it's a day that we have to talk about Barcelona. We have to talk about them. Like been calling it as a broke club. Now winning transfer wars like bidding wars against the clubs like Chelsea, PSG and even Bayern Munich. I mean they indeed have come a long way. And to be honest, personally what I think is that they are having one of their best transfer window. Look at their signings, man. Look at their attack, dude. It's just unstoppable once it starts clicking. They have the likes of Ansu Fati, Raphinia, Dembele, Ferran Torres and Robert Lewandowski. I mean, these are the kind of players that can change the course of the game at any given point. But the real game-changing signing for Barcelona is of course of Robert Lewandowski, because he's that kind of profile that Barcelona really needed up front, who is good with his feet, comfortable on the ball, who can create havoc in the defense line with his movements, and last but not the least, who can add goals to your team. And also, on the other hand, signings of players like Raphinia, who just scored a goal Lazo in El Clasico, and also the players like Kessie and Christensen are proving to be right signing for Barcelona. And I think after adding these attackers, Barcelona's attack looks now already, even their midfield is also stacked up, and it's now time to focus on defense, because it's that kind of key area that they have been struggling from past 3 or 4 seasons. I mean, PK did show some good signs under Xavi last season, but that's not the way they can continue. They have to sign some reinforcements. They did sign in the form of Christensen. Christensen is good when it comes to build-ups, but he doesn't provide that, solidity like Araujo does, and that's why we need a centre-back partner who can complement Araujo. And guess what? We all know that player who is gonna be. He's none other than Jules Kounde from Sevilla, and Barcelona are really close to signing him again, winning that bidding war, winning that transfer war again with Chelsea. Man, I mean Chelsea is really having an unforgettable summer. I hope they now also think to sign Leo Messi, so Barcelona again can hijack their signing. Anyway, talking about Jules Kounde, who is a French international, he's quite young but still he's rated very highly. Well, he particularly might be that tall for being a central defender, but still he has got that great strength whenever it comes to challenging the ball. And also another great thing about him is that in high pressure situations or in 1v1 situations, he does not commit, challenge quickly, he really watches the ball, and he has that speed, he has that recovery speed, which gives him that edge in such situations. And that's why I think him and Araujo as a defensive pair would be a thing to watch out for next season. While his time at Sevilla, he used to play as a right-sided centre-back in that 3-4-3 formation of Lopetegui. So that's why he always had that freedom to carry the ball forward whenever he had that sort of space in front of him. And trust me, he's an elite ball carrier. And if he used to play with Araujo, he mostly would be playing as a left centre-back. And we all know how important it is left centre-back while making those build-ups, and especially at Barcelona. And if you look at Jules Kounde, he's really good with his feet. Even as a defender, he averages around 1.85 dribbles per game and around 4.6 progressive carries, which just shows that he can add a lot of versatility in the defense also. He can play as a right back or as a full back also, given that Xavi opts to, make some changes in the defense to play. You can play Christensen as a left centre back, and with him you can pair Araujo, and Jules Kounde, he has that ability to dribble past any given player. So that's why he can play as a fullback also. So that adds another option to use or tweak your defense for Xavi. Anyway, as we are talking about left centre back, I know that any conventional left centre back should be left footed, and Jules Kounde is a right footed player, but still he has that ability to move the ball around with his both feet, and he also has that ability to hit those accurate long passes, because while his time at Sevilla usually used to attempt long balls around 14.2 per 90 minutes, and also his overall pass completion rate is almost 90%. That is quite high, and that makes another reason why Xavi is keen on bringing him at Barcelona. And also defensively, he's quite solid and intelligent, because whenever his team is pressing high up on the pitch, he has that ability to hold up that high line by staying close to the opponent. Even though it leaves a lot of space behind him, but he has that impressive recovery speed, which gives him that cutting edge on his situations. Moreover, if you look at his chart of defensive actions, the most impressive stat that I found here is that his success rate of defensive actions per 90 minutes, which is 88%, and which is quite high. And also on top of it, he made 76 recoveries last season with an average of 15.76 recoveries per 90 minutes. And this stat just shows his world-class defensive qualities. And also on top of that, it reflects he is that he is very risk-taking defender, because at Sevilla he used to play in that Lopetegui's zonal man marking system, in which every player has to closely mark an opponent in his zone, and once that opponent leaves that zone, the responsibility is transferred over to the next defender. So that's why whenever an attacker who is in the defensive zone of Kounde decides to drop more deep, Kounde puts an immediate pressure to force out an error out of it and block that passing lane or an intercept that pass. So it's like even though he steps out of his line, he still makes sure to intercept or block that passing options. And when it comes to central defender, anticipating passes, blocking the passes and passing options is really important. And Jules Kounde is very good at it, because last season he made 36 interceptions and out of them 25 were opposition's passes which are intercepted by him. And regardless of his willingness to challenge the ball, Kounde actually doesn't commit many fouls. I may not be sure with his fight with Jordi Alba last season, which got him a red card. I may not be sure with such incidents, but still, while challenging, he does not commit many fouls, and the main reason for it is that he prefers not to go onto the ground while challenging, and instead he attempts to steal the ball while at his feet by using his physicality and speed. And also on top of that, he's great at winning duels, and especially aerial duels. Even though he's not that heighted, but still he has got that great leap which allows him to get onto the ball easily, which not only helps his team defensively but also during the attack and during the set pieces. I mean, after looking all these qualities, plus he's a young center, great ball playing young center back. It does make sense. It does make sense that why Xavi badly wants him to play for Barcelona. And top of that, Kounde himself wants to play Barcelona. He rejected Chelsea's offer, which was quite high in terms of wages as compared to Barcelona. He rejected that offer and decided to play for Barcelona. A player like Jules Kounde can be a great addition to any backline, and especially at Barcelona, where with Araujo, we all know he's the best. He's the best when it comes to defending in 1v1 situation, anticipating the passes, blocking passing options and all. But it's just that one thing is not really good with his feet, and that's why adding another centre back who complements him, who has that qualities to carry the ball forward, who is good with his feet, these two would surely complement each other, and that's why it would be a great investment in future also. And plus, as already discussed, Kounde is really versatile player. You can play him anywhere at that backline. He can play as a fullback also, and that's why you can use Eric Garcia, Christensen or even Gerard Piqué as a left centre back and play Jules Kounde as a right back. That gives another options. That gives a lot of options for Xavi at the back, and which is something that Barcelona didn't have from last 3 or 4 seasons.
So that's it for today, guys. Do let me know your thoughts about this new signing and also about this new Barcelona right in the comments down below. And as usual, I'll meet you soon with another new video. Until that time, just enjoy the game.